and welcome back with another Q&A Monday. This is week 9, guys. Week 9, we're nearly hitting double figures with these Q&As. Okay, so what's this one all about? This one is all about self-defense, and we'll be right back straight after this. Okay, question number 1. What is self-defense? Self-defense is basically, okay, right, so first let's differentiate the difference between self-defense and fighting. Okay, self-defense is awareness. Self-defense is diffusing a situation or not even being in that situation or getting yourself out of that situation before the situation escalates. That is pure self-defense. Okay, you're defending yourself from a situation that you know is going to go down, but you've gotten yourself straight out of there. Okay, for example, you've got to get rid of your pride for this, right? I'm sitting at a table. Someone's getting loud over there. This is a loud person. They're talking. This is for the adults. If you're a kid, you wouldn't understand this, okay? It would be a bit different for children. But for adults, you're at a bar, you're standing there, you're just waiting for your drink order, and you've got someone who's already had too much. He's standing there, he's shouting, he's just talking, putting his hand on people he doesn't know. You know, he's probably all right, he's just really drunk, but, you know, he's also going to get aggressive if you ignore him because he's one of those people. I've encountered too many of those people. Okay, so I'm standing here and they're putting their hand on your shoulder and stuff like that. You tell them, oh, sorry mate, can you just like back off please? Right, and then, okay, he doesn't like that. By you saying, can you back off please, get off of me, okay, and him reacting to that, you've already started something. Okay, so it's being aware that this person is a loudmouth, you're being aware that this person is drunk and he means nothing by it. All you need to do is just play along with it. Oh yeah mate, go, yeah, cheers, yeah. That's it. He'll walk on, he'll go do it to someone else, your night's fine. Okay? That's how you're aware of these situations. A better thing to say, if you're a bit younger and you're not old enough to go to bars, if you're a child or a teenager, you've got your headphones in, you're walking down the street, you see a group of individuals walking your way, they look a bit rough, you do have to judge. Okay? Alright, don't stereotype. No, it's stereotype. Okay? These people, they have hoodies, they have bikes, they're listening to loud music, they're talking in a slang that you kind of know to be a little bit rough, okay? Move to the other side of the street, because you never know, those people might actually start trouble with you, okay? Right? You need to stereotype, you need to profile people when you're being aware. That is self-defense, and not doing that is just naive, thinking that you can walk through anywhere. You also got to look at your surroundings. Where are you walking? Are you walking at the back streets of Hilding? Right, or you're walking in a nice public space, an area where there's lots of cars, lots of people that can see what's going on. Okay, so be aware of those things. That is self-defense. Question number 2. What happens if it's 1v1? That's not self-defense, dude. That's a fight. Okay, you've engaged yourself into a fight. You've said, you and me, out here, this time, right now. Okay, that's a fight. That's stupidity. That's not self-defense. That's getting yourself into trouble. Okay, like I say, self-defense would have been what the previous question was there. But if you are, touch wood, that you never get stuck in that situation and you have been stupid enough to put yourself in that situation, the best thing you can use your training and your ability to be able to fight to get yourself out of there, okay? Or simply realise that you've been an idiot, diffuse the situation, and yeah, okay, you're going to look like, your pride's going to shrink. If you have a big ego, you have a big pride, it's going to shrink. Be prepared for that. Because you saying, actually, let's not fight anymore, is going to make everyone there that was looking forward to the fight think he's a wuss, okay? Be prepared to be called a wuss in that case. But that was your fault, you got stuck in that situation. You got 2 ways of getting out of it. There's your 2 ways. What one are you going to take? Are you going to be sensible? You're going to be smart? Well, if you were sensible and smart, you wouldn't have gotten yourself in that situation in the first place. But, yeah, those are your 2 options. Question 3. What is the preemptive strike? Now, the preemptive strike is actually a form of engagement, a physical engagement, but it also comes under reasonable force. Okay, so first off, let's just talk about reasonable force for a second. Reasonable force is where you are able to disrupt someone where they are in no longer a position to hurt you or injure you. Okay, the moment that person's down, you can get out of there. All right. It is not self-defense, it is not reasonable force that person is now on the floor and you keep kicking them or you jump on them and you start pounding them when they're on the floor. That is not self-defense, that is just grievous body harm by that point, and you can't really say anything that will get you out of that situation other than, I just lost control. And as a martial artist, you shouldn't be losing control, and you've been taught wrong. Question number 3. Have I ever been in a fight myself? I've been in situations I'm not proud of. That's as far as I'm going to say there. But what I want to get out of this question is really, you need to look at who you're hanging around with, because most of the situations I was caught in were situations not that I provoked myself. There were situations that my friend had provoked, or my friends had provoked. Okay, now they were good people, they were good friends. To me, they were good friends. However, they were a lot of trouble, and this is something you need to look at. Okay, so if you've got a group of friends that you know are a bit loud, they're a bit disruptive, they don't quite know when to keep their mouth shut, then be prepared to find yourself in a lot of bad situations when you're going out to places like nightclubs, or if you're going out to places like the cinema and things like that. Okay, you're hanging around a group of friends. You need to evaluate who your friends are. Like I say, they might be great buddies, okay, but ultimately, are they getting you into a lot of trouble? Are they bringing their problems onto you? And if they are, you need to maybe distance yourself away from that person, because it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're standing there and you're just having a drink and this person's having a chat with some guy at the back, and then you can see it's just about to go off, and before you get over there, your mate throws the first punch, you got a problem. Question number 4, what is the difference between self-defense and fighting? So the difference between self-defense and fighting are this. Self-defense, you don't want any physical confrontation. You've tried everything you can to get out of that situation, but things have escalated, and you've gotten yourself, you're in that situation regardless. You can't run, you can't do anything, there's no way you can get out of it, so you've had to throw a preemptive strike. That is self-defense, okay? The person was persisting very heavily on hurting you or threatening you. You've had to do what you can, okay? Don't sit there and wait for him to hit you first, because then you're going to have a problem, right? That's why you throw the first punch. But make sure you evaluate the situation properly. Is this person actually going to hurt you, or is this person just trying to look big in front of his friends? Okay? Fighting is completely different. Fighting is where you're mano a mano. You've got your guard up, okay? Now you're actively in a fight, okay? And if you haven't practiced fighting like that enough, then I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter how many drills you've done in the dojo. If you haven't got experience in it, you're going to have a problem, okay? So make sure that you realise the difference between self-defense and fighting, and that you are aware and you're diffusing situations and getting yourself out of those situations before they start, rather than actively getting yourself in that situation, in the middle of that situation, and then thinking, oh, self-defense comes into play. It doesn't. You're both accountable for the damage that you're about to do to each other there. And finally, question number 5. Is karate any good for self-defense? Karate, in its original form, was primarily used for self-defense. That's why it was taught. That's what the whole thing was about, okay? Now, yes, it is really good for self-defense. Practicing your kata all the time is really good to be able to help your body learn the body mechanics of karate and get physically fit and able to develop the muscles necessary to throw a decent punch. But ultimately, all it comes down to is self-defense, is that a decent punch or a decent kick. Okay? And in that case, all martial arts are good for self-defense. MMA is good for self-defense. Boxing is good for self-defense. Karate, good for self-defense. Taekwondo is good for self-defense. Any martial art where you are facing against an opponent in a physical, martial way with pressure testing is a good use for self-defense. If you are practicing only drills and you have no real and you have nothing but compliance with your partner, then I'm sorry, but in my opinion, I don't personally think that you're going to be much use in the fight, okay? Or you're going to be much use at defending yourself if things do get scrappy and things get heated, because you've never practiced anything with any pressure on. This is why people mostly edge towards MMA, because they jump you straight into that sort of stuff. Now you've got to remember, karate is an art that has been passed down for like 1,000 years. It's old, okay? So you got to remember, there's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of stuff to do. Sorry, my throat's getting really dry. One sec. Okay, sorry about that. There's a lot of stuff to learn. There's a lot of stuff to do, and karate is a lifestyle. It's not just it's not just a martial art. It is a lifestyle. There are things that you can live by with that whole karate persona. Okay. When it comes to self-defense, though, you are just basically developing your ability to be able to punch, kick, on diffuse the situation. But karate also works on peace of mind and works on things like that, which also helps your ego a little bit to stop you getting into those situations in the first place. Okay, so yes, karate is very good for self-defense. That is its primary function, but as are all these other martial arts as well. Remember, the difference between self-defense and fighting is that this is self-defense. He's got his hand in his pocket. Okay, this is fighting. I don't like the way you're talking to me. Let's take this outside, mate. Come on then, let's go. Alright? I was being very, very PG-13 now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have any questions that you thought about self-defense or anything like that have been answered. You get a lot of different variations of this sort of stuff. You get a lot of false people talking about how self-defense is this. Oh yeah, you got to do this, you got to do that. Throw all of that out the window, because when it happens, your reaction is only going to be due to your practice, and it's going to be due to your experience actually drilling proper self-defense in lessons, which we do when you get to a higher level and when you know how to apply the techniques properly. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace.